I haven't done a level with you yet.
You're a dick. You're a dicky dick. You're the head of dicks in Dicksville.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Hello. This is the story of a man from New Zealand and a woman from England stuck in lockdown together in the city of London. This is day 30-something. 33. Hello to you.
Hello to you. I'm sitting here and I'm just happy. I'm just sitting here in a bundle of happy.
I'm not mentioning wanking.
No,
Draw
it's not
your
that.
own conclusions.
No, I'm sitting here all happy because we had homemade KFC for dinner.
Did you enjoy it?
It wasn't bad.
Oh,
I think-
is that as close to a compliment as I'm going to get?
Well, I think at best it was close, and I think at worst it was good fried chicken.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was enjoyable. And now I have a fat little dummy. Fat little dummy.
To be fair,
Full of
you had that
fried
before.
chicken. Yeah, I
you had the
know,
KFC.
but it's probably worse.
Okay.
Also, now my beard is full of fried chicken.
You'll be able to lick your hairy chops and, whatever.
The flavour sensations will be with me for the rest of the evening. Yes, this is correct.
And if you burp, they'll be with you tomorrow.
Yeah, but it was exciting to sit in and to cook up the fried chicken and to make the kitchen smell like
Kitchen. Fuck the kitchen. Whole house stinks.
the house smells amazing. I'm so happy.
You are such a bellend.
I'm just going to be skipping around the house for ages. Anyway,
Yeah. So, what else has been happening?
we left the house today
We did.
for a bit.
Naughty.
We went on an adventure.
Naughty.
Like, my health has pretty much improved to a point where I could leave the house. We didn't go very far. We just walked around the corner, took the dogs for a walk, which they were very excited about.
Yeah.
In fact, one of them was a complete spastic the entire time. He was
Your dog.
ropeable. He was absolutely useless. And we did walk to the shop because we went looking for oil to cook the homemade KFC in, which they didn't have, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we were very naughty and we used olive oil. But it was alright. It's that shitty stuff from Tesco's, not the good stuff.
So, yeah.
Your
so,
shitty stuff from Tesco's.
So that probably, was a factor in the flavour. And the other thing about the batter that we made for the KFC was that it was gluten-free.
Yeah.
So because we used gluten-free flour, again, that probably had an effect on the overall flavour.
Yeah.
But I thought,
Not the flavour, the
Yeah.
colour and the texture.
I think flavour as well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even the cooking process seems to have an effect on the flavour. Yeah. Well, at least they know that that's you making those burps. When I'm talking, I can't talk
Yeah,
and
you
burp
let
at
all
the same
yours out
time.
of the dinner table.
Like a polite Belgian. So, but we did
Or an
enjoy
Amish.
it. Is that what Amish people do?
Yeah, apparently so. I watched The Witness at some point since we've been in lockdown. Have I done a review of that?
I don't think so.
No, I think I watched it on a day or the day before you and I had an argument. Shall I do a review of that?
We'll get to it. I'll write it down. Here we go.
Okay.
The Witness. Another Amish fun fact, they have a high rate of dwarfism in the community.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of Amish dwarves.
Yeah, well, funny that you would know something about dwarfs.
Well, the thing is, a whole bunch of them got pulled over for being drunk and like driving like they're like horse and carriage drunk,
Yeah.
and they got pulled over and arrested, and the whole lot of them had to go into the police station, and they were all dwarves. Yeah, it was quite a big news story. I don't know, 10 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stuck with you, did it?
It did.
That was dwarf porn.
Well, I think the news story came out around the same time as the movie Kingpin. Have you seen that?
No.
So it's like Woody Harrelson loses his hand, and then he gets an Amish guy to teach to bowl, to go on the circuit to make money or something like that. Bill Murray's in it. It's a great movie. It's one of the Farrelly brothers' best movies. It's Kingpin.
Sounds like one of those classics that I'm going to end up buying on Amazon Prime for you to watch.
Well, it's a good movie. It's not Biodome.
Thank fuck for that.
Biodome, perhaps on reflection and having watched it since, not that
Biodome is
great.
basically you as a teenager, and you haven't changed much.
I don't think that's fair. That's all. But Kingpin is really
But
good.
you're fatter.
I am quite a lot fatter. Yeah. I was quite a skinny kid, so
No.
I am quite a lot fatter. How about you? How much fatter are you?
I'm probably about the same, actually.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You've been that fat your whole life? I'm just asking.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I've been thinner. But I was fairly chubby as a teenager.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I got thin. And then I got thinner. And then I met you and got fat.
That's not true.
Mm.
I've seen photos from like your past when you're in your 20s. You were pretty chunkified there. So
What photos have you seen?
just random photos. When
From
we
what?
probably when we used to be friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. People should know that we're not.
Not anymore.
We're not friends. We're doing this lockdown bullshit together, but we're not proper friends.
No, don't trust you.
But has anyone on Facebook tried to get you to post like old photos,
No.
like from when you were a teenager and stuff?
No.
I got nominated yesterday.
I wasn't on Facebook when I was a teenager.
No. Like the whole
I think
thing.
I've been on it less than 10 years.
Yeah, no, but the whole thing is like.
Yeah, take a picture of you when you were 20.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and they want you to, post it
Yeah,
up.
I don't have any of my photos. I
Yeah,
lost
well,
all my photos in a flood.
Oh, okay. I don't have any of mine because they're all in New Zealand.
Mm.
So people keep nominating me and I can't post anything up.
Well, Mum and Dad have probably got some. But,
How were they lost in a flood? Did they float away?
No, so that all of the photo albums used to be in a bureau that was under the stairs in my old house, and the house was flooded, and one of the things that got wrecked was this bureau. And
You say bureau like I should know what that is, but bureau just makes it sound like you're at a police station under the stairs.
like a desk, a fold-up desk
Okay.
thing, like an old 1950s-ish thing that would fold flat against the wall and look, a little glass doors shelf on at the top bit, and the rest was a thing that folded out to make something to sit at. But in it was my baby book and all my photo albums.
Okay.
And we were flooded, and they got wet, and couldn't peel the pages apart, so binned it all.
You binned it all?
Mm.
Wow. So there's no baby photos of you that exist?
No, there are. My mum put together a baby album for me afterwards with photos from their photo albums. But all of my photos that I'd taken and printed, I've lost.
Oh, okay.
So like my first trip to New York and all the stuff I did at school and through university. Haven't got any photos.
So what you're basically saying is all the incriminating evidence is gone. Yeah, you got kind of a smug expression on your face.
Yeah.
So tinged with sadness.
Yeah.
There's some level of sadness, but mostly you're happy that a lot of the evidence is gone.
Yeah.
Now that we live in a modern world where people ask you to share your photos on the Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any to share. I don't think I have any to share.
Does this mean that there is no photo of you from when you were 20?
There's probably some in at my mum and dad's house, in their photograph albums that weren't at my house that got flooded. Yeah.
But none of the good
cousins' weddings and things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my cousin Jane got married about that time. I'm sure there would have been photos of that. Yeah.
Interesting. It's only just occurring to me that I've never seen photos of you when you were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I know why.
Yeah.
You just don't have any.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that they're tucked away somewhere. They were lost in a flood.
Mm. Which is why I'm doubting that you ever saw photos of me when I was in my 20s on Facebook. Because A, I wasn't on Facebook, and B, there aren't any photos to scan and load in since I've been on Facebook.
There's definitely some dodgy ones floating around. I've definitely seen something. Anyway.
It's probably just wearing more clothes.
She doesn't wear many clothes.
No.
In fact, she cooked the KFC solely in a penny and nothing else. Ass hanging out the back. She didn't care.
Yeah.
Neighbours walking past. Didn't care.
That's what is going to get him off tonight. Just
The
wanna let you
KFC?
know. Yeah. No,
I
the
did take
KFC and my naked ass.
I did take a picture of you holding the KFC. It's as good as you've ever looked.
Fuck off.
Anyway, you're leading the troop.
What do you mean I'm leading this room?
You're in charge of this episode. What's next?
Yeah, we went out, and I had 5 minutes to myself in the shop where I just went and stood in the corner in the quiet. It was lovely. Lovely. No humans around. It was just quiet.
And I was hanging on to 3 dogs that were losing their marbles,
Yeah.
which was interesting. The big dog definitely wanted to go at it with some other dogs from the neighbourhood, which was bad. And the little dogs wanted to yap and bark and snarl and fight, and then the big dog got all racked up from wanting to fight the other dogs from the neighbourhood, and then had to go at the little dogs, and it was just, oh god, it was carnage.
Yeah. But you managed.
Oh, you came back, there were still 3 dogs, none of us were on the road.
True.
There wasn't a dog or a cat or anything hanging out of the mouth of your bigger dog,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah, she would. She would
What?
have a cat. Give her
Oh.
the chance.
My dad had a bad run, and I don't know if I've talked about this or not, but the other week one of his dogs jumped the fence when people were walking their dogs past his property.
Yeah. Well, they're
Yeah.
supposed to be walking past his property. He's in New Zealand, isn't he, in lockdown?
Yeah, but he's in a rural place, but yeah, his dog jumped the fence and had to go, tore up somebody else's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all very stressful for him. He wasn't happy at all.
Oh dear.
But he went down to visit the people.
Yeah.
They were neighbours, so
Yeah.
he went down to visit them later on and smoothed it over, and apparently everything's cool. And I
Well-
think he was worried that he was going to have his dog put down or something like
Yeah.
that. He was
Dogs will be dogs.
pretty stressed out about it. I heard from him today. He's having a problem now with rats because his cat's gotten quite old.
Yeah.
His cat would be almost 20.
Yeah.
And so she's no longer catching rats or intimidating them either. So,
They grow in a pair and coming in the house then.
yeah, he seems to be having quite
Rats'
a problem.
testicles are quite something.
So he, oh, that's right, you used to keep rats, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right. Well, then you'd be a master of how to dispose of them.
No.
Oh,
Well, chocolate would do it.
what, feeding them chocolate?
Mm.
What, they just die?
Mm.
Okay, good to know. I'll pass that on to my dad.
Yeah.
I
But
also,
also, his dogs might eat it. So.
well,
yeah.
you see, the thing is, he thinks they're in the ceiling. So the dogs,
Oh, they're in his house.
yeah.
Oh dear. He needs to get another cat then, doesn't
Well,
he?
he is in the country. But another cat might upset the cat he's already got, and then he's got the dogs to deal with, and the dogs, like one of the new dogs that he rescued from Animal Rescue or whatever, and it isn't as well adjusted with the cats, and now he has to keep them separate as well, and it's just carnage.
Yeah. Well, put a dog up in the roof then.
Well, that's what he can't. He'd love to, but he kind of can't. So I was thinking I could get him. They'd make these really cool rat and possum and weasel traps in New Zealand. A company called Good Nature, and they've got a pneumatic piston in them, and you can set,
Obliterate the rat.
but you can set them for multiple kills. So the rat or whatever goes up, gets the hammer through the head, falls down dead. Next one goes up, same thing, just resets itself. I think it's like 20 kills per canister or something. And
Didn't you buy these before? You've told me about these before.
I bought one for my my stepfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one because he lives on a farm, and I got
Yeah.
him one, and he thought it was just the tits. He
Yeah.
thought it was great. So yeah, maybe I'll get my dad one too. Now that the winter's
Happy
coming. in New
birthday,
Zealand.
Dad. Here's a thing for killing rats.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
he'd be stoked. You can get one that's got like a little Bluetooth receiver on it, so you get a little update on your phone when it makes a kill. Yeah.
You can't just hear it.
No, you can't really. They're pretty
Mm.
quiet.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, so you can get one that's got a counter on it, and you can look at the video counter and know how many kills you had. Or
Yep.
you can, because the thing is, like, the animal falls down dead below the trap, but then what happens is other animals carry it off. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
So you never really know what you've killed unless you've got a
Oh.
counter or the little Bluetooth thing. And I'm sure my dad would love the Bluetooth thing, but I just don't really want to spend the money.
Well, don't then.
Well, I probably won't.
Okay.
But
How
I
do we get
will-
onto that?
Well, we just segued off the rats,
Oh, right.
animals trying to kill each other, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, bring us back onto track. You're in charge.
Yeah. So we've got a delivery coming tomorrow, and I don't know what it is.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Themen.
Stop saying semen, you perv.
Well, the thing is, earlier...
Tell me off for talking about the fact that you get your penis out and slap it on the desk. There it goes again. But you're the one that keeps whinging on about semen.
The thing is,
sitting watching dinner and he starts theming.
we were watching
Theming.
we were watching one of those Nazi programs where it's like, look,
Nazi megastructures.
Nazi megastructures, like buildings that the Nazis built that are now in disrepair, but the history and the stories that go along with it. And the guy who was narrating it kept saying semen, and I laughed once.
Semen.
I laughed one time, and then you laughed at me laughing, and then gave me shit for laughing at the word semen. And so I very politely got in your face and said semen, and you laughed again.
Yeah.
You know, and you give me shit for being childish.
Because you are.
Anyway, let's get off the semen
Off your penis.
and on to something else.
Well, that's it. I've run out of things to talk about.
What? Already?
Oh, we were going to talk about LinkedIn.
Well,
Because it's one of those things that I'm beating you on.
you're beating me at LinkedIn. You know I'm not a massive fan of LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, you know I'm not a massive fan of most things that you try and talk to me about.
Oh, I think you're a pretty massive fan of semen.
Penis.
Penis and semen.
Yeah, you keep saying it. I'm going to start cracking out those C words.
What a
Make
delightful...
you do some editing.
What a delightful mix. You know? Just a little sausage and mash. Anyway, you carry on.
More like sausage and gravy.
Is it though? Really?
It's
So,
not mash, is it?
isn't
Come
it?
on, I put cowpole in your mouth. You know exactly what it's like to get shot at the back of your throat.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. So, instead of having normal paracetamol yesterday, we had ordered this stuff
We?
called this
We?
it's like a liquid paracetamol for children, right?
Yeah.
And
Trade name is cowpole. Everybody here knows it is cowpole.
so people in the UK do, but nobody else anywhere else in the world's going to know that. So we had this stuff and
Strawberry flavour.
Yeah.
Full of sugar.
decided to use that instead of tablets. And it came with a syringe and you had to suck it out of the bottle. And I didn't realize this. And then she's like, turn around. And shoots this stuff right into my
In his mouth, not up his arse.
But yes, hit the back of my throat with some gusto. So
Twice.
twice.
Enjoyed it so much the first time, he came back for seconds.
I wasn't going to have seconds. And then you were like, well, that's
That's a dose for a 6-year-old rather than for an adult.
yeah. So I had to have another blat, another go round. I did
There he
not.
was.
I did not make that noise. It didn't even taste that nice. I thought like something for kids that was strawberry flavored. I thought it would be
Well,
better.
it's bypassed all your taste buds.
It did. That's true. What's the dangly bit at the back of your throat called?
Your adenoids.
Adenoids.
Yeah.
The dangly bit at the back of your throat.
Tonsils.
No, the dangly bit. The bit that dangles?
Tonsils.
No, at the
Adenoids.
at the back of your throat.
Yeah.
You know, the little dewdrop at the back.
Tonsils.
It's not. No, the tonsils are at the sides. You know, back of your throat,
What?
and there's that little nodule that hangs down. What's that
Yeah.
called?
Pretty sure that's adenoids.
Well, it's not, and you nearly knocked mine off.
Well, you know, I'm not going to say any more.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about LinkedIn. I don't even know how we got onto LinkedIn. Why was that even brought up at the dinner table? How did we segue into LinkedIn? We were talking about Nazi megastructures and then got onto LinkedIn. How did that happen? Is it all the Nazis that you're friends with on LinkedIn?
No.
Oh, I see. You're having a look.
Yeah, the dangly bit in the middle is
Yeah.
a tonsil.
No, it's not.
But there's two different types of tonsils. There's tonsils at the sides and there's a tonsil in the middle. And the one in it's the one in the middle.
It's not called a tonsil.
Pharyngeal tonsil.
No. It's not. You are looking. The arrows that you're looking at in this diagram
Yeah.
are pointing behind that at the actual tonsil. So you can see here the glands. So the glands are at the side
Yeah.
and the glands are at the top and in behind.
Yeah,
is
and you
not-
look at that one.
it is not-
That top one, fan and whatever it is pointing at the dangly bit in the middle.
It's not the dangly bit at the middle. It's pointing. Like this diagram's got it better because it shows the inflammation. See? It's the uvula. Uvula.
Never heard of it.
But you know where it is.
Yeah.
You had looked in the mirror. So it's the uvula.
Yeah.
And the tonsils are here and here. Okay. And that's enough anatomy with us today.
That's
So
his dick.
you nearly shot my uvula off with your little syringe of paracetamol goo.
Yeah,
So,
really made you gag.
well, you hit me pretty hard.
Pretty deep.
Yeah, it was. I got a little bit of a shock. It's okay. I stopped crying after a few minutes. LinkedIn, we are going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Why did it get brought up? Try to remember. It's your moment.
Can't remember.
No.
Did you start talking about it or did I?
I don't remember bringing it up.
I don't know.
The shit we got onto it.
Oh, I don't
Anyway.
know.
We started talking about LinkedIn and you started giving me shit.
No, I didn't.
You did.
You said it's rubbish, and I said, "How do you know?" And you just said it's rubbish again. There's no follow up answer to what it is that makes it rubbish. It's just your view of it is that it's rubbish.
It is quite rubbish. No.
I know how we got onto it. There was an advert on TV for a company, and I said they approached me, and you said you asked via LinkedIn, and I said yes.
Ah.
That's what it was.
And did they offer you enough money?
No.
They did not. And then it turns out that you've been, sexually harassed on LinkedIn?
Not sexually harassed. I had somebody. I can't show you the messages because I've blocked them, which has deleted the message. But it was somebody invited me to connect, and then said that they loved me and wanted to marry me within about 5 minutes, and were waiting for my response. My response was to delete and block them.
Right. And where were these people from?
I don't know. I didn't even look.
Were they professionals in your field?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Does this happen a lot?
It's the first one I've had this year, but yeah, last year I had a few. Probably less than 6, but
Okay.
definitely more than 3.
Well,
somewhere in that.
Can we
kind
run through them and get reviews?
of what their
Well,
approaches?
I want to know
No.
what people said to you and how they
Oh,
approached you.
Just all kinds of.
I mean, this has never happened to me. I've never been approached.
Yeah, I know,
on
but I've got.
money.
It's one of those things. I'm just going to work out how many more times of followers I've got than you.
That's not the most important thing here. The thing is that you've been on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, which is what? A CV, an online CV.
I've got 8 times as many people follow me, so I'm going to get 8 times as many responses.
Yeah, but I
or
think that.
proposals or.
But you work in a field that, people want to approach you. I work in a field where people definitely don't want to approach me.
But how do you know they don't want to approach you?
The kind of people who,
And if they're looking for somebody to do the line of work that you're in, you need to change something on your profile significantly that changes you from somebody that they don't want to approach to being somebody that they think, oh yeah,
See, I
this guy could do that job.
I don't think my page is necessarily good, although I
Yeah.
do get approaches from lots of
Porn.
no, what's it? Graduates.
Yeah.
Heaps of graduates always try to add me. I'm not interested at all. Very few people from my field try to add me. Lots of people that I know that I've worked with across all sorts of different crazy things I've done over the years, they add me, that's fine. But I only add people that I know. I don't add randoms.
Yeah, well, that's how that's people that you know probably won't employ you, but it's the randoms that might offer you work.
But the randoms that I get who try to contact me are not good. Like, they've got nothing to offer. Like, they're just looking for a connection to me so that I can help them out. Like,
Yeah,
it's very much that way round.
yeah. What's wrong with that?
Well,
It's forming your network, isn't it?
but
Let's face
I've
it,
got-
you're over the hill. These bright young whippersnappers, fresh out of college, are going to be, doing what you want to do quicker than you are. They're fresh, they're young, they're go-getters. They're going to be establishing things.
they're
You should be.
fucking annoying.
Well, how are they annoying? You,
Like,
you don't,
I don't
you don't
mind,
connect
like,
with them.
when
So how
I'm-
do you know they're annoying?
when I'm
You're
on the
just so
job-
quick to judge people.
When I'm on the job, I'm always really happy to help people
on
and
the
teach
job
people
means
and
using
learn.
the bathroom here.
Well, to teach people to do things. I always am. And all the
This
people
is the
that
toilet paper.
have worked for me in the past,
This is how you fold it.
the ones that I've managed to forward their careers on, they've always stayed in touch with me. They're always really happy to see me. It's great. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't love being randomly messaged on LinkedIn by people who I don't know, who have nothing to offer me. You know? I'm just not interested in those assholes. They're all assholes. Like, I will log into my LinkedIn account and we can go through the kinds of people who try to contact me, and you can be like, yeah, there's no way in hell I would link with that person, which will, maybe not be true, because apparently anyone and everyone who contacts you on LinkedIn gets a yes, big old thumbs up, green tick. Yeah, we can be friends,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
And then you can, send me
No,
your
it's-
marriage proposal. I don't care.
It's you connect with people and you delete and block them if they turn out to be dicks.
I'm
Which is
not
probably
going
what's going to happen to you.
Tell us more stories about these people who have approached you on LinkedIn.
No.
No, but it's everyone wants to hear these stories. Come on.
I don't know what you want. I don't know them.
What have they said? Tell us how they approached you.
I can't remember. It was
Yes,
ages
you
ago.
can.
It's just words. They sent messages. And
Yeah?
they didn't have anything to do with work.
Yeah. What did they
So
say?
I deleted and blocked them.
What did they say? Come on.
So, commenting that they like they like the way I look and that I sound very interesting. That kind of stuff.
Go on.
No, I'm not going on.
Come on.
What you do? You logging into LinkedIn?
I'm logging into LinkedIn. I'm going to show you these muppy fucks that try to contact me through
No,
LinkedIn.
we're not doing that on the radio.
Why not? We're not going to mention them by name. We don't even mention ourselves by name. Oh, I got a new invitation. Oh, it's from you.
Yeah, I told you I invited you, so I
That's-
can review your profile and give you a critique.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, my profile is bad. I know that.
Yeah.
I'd
So you
I'd
should
say the
buck
same
it
thing
up,
about
shouldn't
my say the same thing about my CV as well.
Yeah.
It's just not any good. It's never been a strength of mine, writing that sort of stuff. I've always managed to get work through my personality and and the quality of my work, the fact that people like working with me, the fact that I'm good at my job.
Yeah, but
So-
that's not going to stretch you, is it? You're going to end up working with the people that you've worked with before.
yeah. Well, a lot of them are really
you
cool.
said you're bored and you haven't got enough work to do. It's time to
Well, it's
time
not.
to stretch a bit, isn't it?
It's not so much
Yeah,
that I don't have
stuck in
enough
a
work
rut.
to do, but I am not challenged.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what am I going to do about it? I was looking into that today. I was like, can I go and study? Is there something I can
You wanted to
study
study
while we're locked down?
trains. That's not the.
What's wrong with that?
What do you mean?
What's wrong with that?
Well, that's not learning something new in your current role, is it?
Well, I don't currently work with trains.
Mm.
What's to stop me working with trains?
Nothing.
I would definitely be challenged flying off in a new direction and working with trains.
Yeah. Could do.
No faith, eh? No faith at all from you.
Well, I think you'll have to accept that you have to start at the bottom, and I think that one thing that you won't want to do is start anywhere at the bottom.
It's true. I'm not particularly interested at starting at the bottom.
Or working regular hours, 5 days a week,
Oh no,
or
no.
a shift.
I mean, I know because I do shift work now.
Yeah.
I
but
freelance
once
and I
in a
do all
blue
kinds
moon,
of crazy hours.
It's not, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, is it?
Well, no, but Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 appeals a lot more when you have all that extra time. When I'm working normally, I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And the time that I do have, because I do such long shifts when I do work, I'm sleeping on the days that I have off. Like, I don't have a routine. Like, I play cricket and there's guys on my cricket team who have 9 to 5 jobs and then come to cricket practice after work and then have time to have dinner with their families and all this other stuff. I never have time for that. It's the worst thing about my job. It's absolutely the worst thing about my job is the time and the hours and the effort that goes into it. It's just, yeah. It'd be the number one thing that I would, number one reason why I want to change industries, do something else, is to get away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to go through these numpties that are on my LinkedIn that are
No.
trying to get in touch with me? Oh, look at them. Look at them. Each and every one. Just the worst people alive. Look at them. Horrible.
You're not going to encourage many people to.
Nobody knows who I am. Who's going to... I don't know.
If you haven't got anything nice to say, shut the fuck up. There we go. It's the end of today's show.
Okay.
Who won at Battleships today?
No, sorry, I was off in dreamland thinking about how horrible it's going to be once you actually get into my LinkedIn account and then start critiquing it.
I'm not going to critique it. I'm going to make you do it.
I'm going to wait for the report to come down in my lap. I'll be sitting
No.
there watching television, and this huge report, like several pages long, is going to just fall in my lap. Like,
Smack
this
you
is
in the dick.
all of the things that
'Cause
you have
it'll be
to
out.
go and change about your LinkedIn profile and everything that's wrong with it and what's wrong with you. And here's several critiques on your personality and your personal hygiene. It's all in there. It's all in there. You go away.
Personal hygiene, I don't need to write down.
Be
I
a
told you that already.
Better person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you just the way you are. You're so special.
Get fucked so much.
Oh, do you want to go?
All I wanted to do was hear about your stories about these people
Yeah,
who
well, there's no
approached you on
story.
There
They
are.
sent me a message that I didn't want, and I blocked and deleted it.
Yeah, but like there must be more to that. Like
No, not really.
I just find it like this is the first I've ever heard that people would be like approaching people
it's 'cause
romantically.
It happened when you
on
and I weren't
LinkedIn.
talking.
Yeah, but it's on LinkedIn. Like
Yeah.
there's lots of other platforms where I'd be like, okay, yeah, people are sluzzing onto each other on Instagram or whatever, but it's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like it's a CV website and people are sluzzing onto each other trying to hook up. Like I just never imagined.
Yeah.
I never imagined that was a thing.
Yeah.
So tell me about it. Tell me about what happened.
Well, nothing happened. I got a message or a few messages and blocked and deleted them.
Yeah, a few messages from a few different people who all had something interesting to say. What did they
No,
say?
nothing interesting to say. They didn't send me dick pics. I mean, it's not children.
When was the last time you sent a dick pic?
I'm gonna veto that one.
Sunday, wasn't it?
Dunno.
It's quite recently, wasn't it? I can tell by the look on your face. It's been while we've been in lockdown. Someone sent you a dick pic while we've been in lockdown.
No.
You've gone red. It definitely was while we've been in lockdown.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not while we've been in lockdown.
It's recent though, isn't it? Come on, when was it?
Oh, in the last couple of years, yeah.
Weeks.
But no.
It definitely.
Shut up. Shut up, I'll start going through your phone.
You can go through my phone. There's nothing interesting here. There's a couple of pictures of a woman in a penny holding some fried chicken. Yeah. What else
You
have I
go
got?
through your phone deleting the pics now.
No, I'm just going to see what's actually in my little camera roll
Yeah.
because I've been stuck in here with you. There's a photo of you and the dog. There's a photo of me looking fat on a chair. There's a photo of the oxygen limiter.
Oh, were
when
you looking thoughtfully
to-
at your cup of coffee that wasn't coffee, it was Ribena or something?
Yeah, but you got me with
Actually
my
looked like a grown-up.
you got me with my eyes closed.
It's such a shame we can't share the picture.
Here's the photos of the three dogs were curled up on the couch together. You made me take a photo of that.
Yeah.
There's a photo of the recording console that we're using for this. More photos of the dogs. One where he looks like Mother Teresa. There's a photo you made me take of bacon and eggs. There's the KFC bread we made. More photos of dogs. Photos of Easter eggs. Oh, some sad photos of selfies I took of myself when I had to go into work. They're no good. More photos of dogs. Photos of a crazy wasp that got into the house. Photos of dogs. Photos of dogs. Photos of the Wi-Fi password. Photos of us playing the Big Nerd Pub Quiz with Mark in the background. Photos of dogs. Oh, someone wanted to know how big my beard was. There's a photo of my beard. It just goes on and on and on. There are so many photos of dogs. Ooh, some photos of Lego Voltron.
It's still in its fucking box.
Well, we could crack Lego Voltron out. We've basically said it every day this week that we're going to get it out and haven't. There
Yeah.
seems to be a lull in the afternoon. Like we say, okay, we're going to do this.
Yeah,
And then-
I'm back at work now. We should have done it last week when we were ill.
But then there's 5 or 6 hours in the afternoon where we just seem to zone out and time evaporates. And then there's food. And then nothing. And then bed.
Yeah, food. Just food. All the food.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting fatter now. I need to do something about it. So
Get on the bike. You said you weren't going to exercise because of the because of your lung capacity.
Well, My lung capacity is definitely down. I'm getting puffed walking just up and down the stairs. It's quite ridiculous. But I've been told that the recovery time from this fucking virus is ages, and that I can expect that the whole lung thing will continue for a while. Same with the clots in my legs. I've got to continue to take the aspirin every day until the packet's gone. Yep.
Yeah.
Just in case. But, I'm trying to offset the effects of the aspirin by eating fried chicken. Just hook it to my veins.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, if you're not going to tell us about your dirty LinkedIn stories.
They're not dirty. There's nothing to them because they just ended.
Yeah, you ended them.
Yeah.
But, there was something else there. There's definitely a tale to tell. You just blocked it out. It makes me wonder if it was a really traumatic event and you had to block it out on purpose.
No. It was just
There's definitely more to this. I'm really annoyed that
disappointing
you're not
more than anything else. Unsolicited advances through a professional channel.
sharing it. You love unsolicited advances. Stop pretending.
Is that what you tell yourself?
It's your thinking face where you think about all the unsolicited advances you've had and what you've done about them.
Yeah. You're still alive.
Very
Don't
funny.
push your luck.
Me? The only unsolicited advance you're going to get from me is if you keep holding the fried chicken.
It's in the fridge. Go nuts.
So there you go. The fridge is probably going to get unsolicited advances from me.
Just wipe it afterwards. Ugh. And the hob.
I don't see a need.
And the floor. I see a need. If I see anything that looks like semen, then
Excuse me, but it's pronounced
semen. Semen. What's so funny?
Sorry, my brain went to Simon. No. Oh, look, it's Simon Seaman.
Simple Simon.
Not Simple Simon. He's actually got a degree in astrophysics.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
got plenty of semen to be flobbing about.
I don't know. Maybe. That might be a Simon thing. We'll
Might
have to
be.
find some Simons and do some tests.
Sex Olympics.
Sex Olympics?
Sex Olympics.
I'm sure it's a thing.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a porn about it.
Well, no. At the actual Olympics,
Yeah.
the rate of condom use in the athletes' village is always like through the roof
Yeah.
because
They're all away from home for the first time.
well, not that, but they're all really, really sexy and fit and capable human beings. Their libidos aren't encumbered by certain things
Living
like
at home.
diets and being big fatties like us. So and they just go for it. The athletes just mash it up, and especially the athletes that finish their events early in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, they cram them all together in this athletes' village. It's just like university.
Why don't they go
and just
home?
smash it. Why would they go home? They get to just be there for 2 weeks having sex with other really attractive
It's more
people.
than 2 weeks, isn't it?
I don't know. It's ages,
Yeah, it goes
But
on
they-
for fucking forever.
but they absolutely fuff it. And they use a huge number of condoms. In fact, I'm going to look up what the actual number is. Here we go. I wonder if it's on LinkedIn.
Why would it be on LinkedIn?
Well, you're the one that's been praising LinkedIn today. I don't like LinkedIn. I think it's a piece of shit. The thing is that you kind of have to have it now because when you look for work, people always ask to see it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why? I just don't want to. Yeah, I find a lot of that kind of social network stuff to be a real fucking waste of time. There's some really interesting stuff. Condoms were first freely available at the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was apparently in an effort to prevent the spread of HIV. That's what brought that
I
on.
was going to say coincides with
Yeah. Holy shit.
what?
I just found the number for the amount of condoms that were used at the 2016 Olympics.
Was that the one we hosted?
Do you want to have a guess?
No.
Please.
Which one did we host?
What do you mean?
2012, wasn't it? London one.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said we. I was
Yeah.
like, what? New Zealand's never hosted the Olympics.
Have we not?
No.
That's a bit sad.
Well, we're very small and far away.
Oh.
Okay, this is your big chance. How many condoms were used by the athletes in the Olympic Village at the 2016 Olympics?
Hardly any. They all just took them home for their mates.
No. Here you go. Come on, have a guess.
I don't want to know. I don't want to think about the person who's had to count used condoms as part of their Olympic job.
Hey, someone's got to fill out a spreadsheet somewhere. They're getting paid. Don't judge them. Don't judge them. Just guess.
No, I don't think they did use them. I think they all took them home because they were decorated with Olympic thingies, and they've been
Would they have
living off them ever since.
Would they have been decorated with Olympic thingies? I don't necessarily think that's true.
They'd have had a special print run done.
I don't think they probably did.
Bet they did.
Okay, well, this is your chance. How many were used?
64.
Incorrect. Have another guess. It's a bigger number than 64.
1,000.
64,000. That's your guess?
8,000.
8,000 condoms.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's more than 1,000. Last guess, it's also more than 64,000. Keep going.
It can't be more than 64,000.
This is going to blow your mind when you actually get it right.
I don't know.
Last guess.
1 million.
It is less than 1 million. I'm just going to say it.
Go on.
You're just playing on your phone now anyway.
I'm not. I'm looking up 2012 Olympic condoms.
So the number of condoms
Can't even spell
used
it.
at the 2016 Olympics at the Olympic Village, this is Rio
Yeah.
in Brazil, 450,000 condoms.
That's 3 times as many as they gave out at London.
They also used 175,000 sachets of lubricant.
Did they give that out as well?
Yeah, they did. And apparently needed it because, a whole lot of lube and a whole lot of condoms. And then there's a whole lot of articles about just how much sex the athletes at the Olympics were having. A lot. Indeed.
So in London, athletes received 15 condoms each.
So like one a day.
Yeah, 17-day festival.
You have been allocated your 15 condoms. Try not to use more than one a day. Yeah. And what, they all used them?
They were given to every athlete, the men and the women. So if a man and a woman got together, they could have 30.
Okay.
Yeah. They were specially made. They were different colours representing the rings. Told you, they all just took them home. Thieving bastards.
They did not. The stories that come out of the Olympic Village are legend. Like, people absolutely smash it.
I don't know. I reckon most of the women that go are lesbians.
What? That is absolutely horrific. No, that's utterly untrue. What a thing to say. Goodness me. They're definitely not.
Well, if they got through all those condoms, a significant number of the men are gay.
Well, yeah, some of the people, like, there's going to be, I think probably amongst the athletes, the number of gay people is probably the same as the rest of the population. It's probably about 10%. So, I think that's a fair assumption. But yeah. Anyway, now you're just looking at pictures of hot athletes.
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do?
I don't know. I thought we were finishing.
You look like you're ready to finish.
I'm ready to go sleep. I had a beer and I'm bored. Do you want to go and play a game?
You just said that you're bored and you're ready for bed.
Yeah.
And now you're like, do you want to go play a game?
Yeah.
What, another game of battleships?
Lucky dip out the bag, pick something different. We've only played with 2 of the games.
Yeah, well, you keep saying lucky dip. I keep drawing out battleships.
Yeah.
That's
Take
good.
the battleships out of the bag and make you do a lucky dip.
I quite enjoy battleships, though.
Yeah. But, I've beaten you the last 2 games.
Ah, skin of your teeth.
Yeah. But still beat you.
Well, you're getting better.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, pleased. Okay, well, we learned a lot today. I hope the kids at home had fun playing along.
We haven't done numbers. Do you want to do numbers quickly?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's depress some people at the end of the show.
Okay. Well, it's good numbers for New Zealand, although your
Yay.
number of deaths has gone up.
That was always to be expected.
Yeah. Honestly, 1 a day for the last 2 days. It's incredible. You've had 2 in 2 days.
Oh,
We've
no.
had over 30,000 in 2 days.
30,000
Mm-hmm.
deaths
Mm-hmm.
in the UK.
Mm-hmm. In 2 days.
No, that can't be right. You haven't had over 30,000. You've written it down wrong.
Oh no, I've added the 2 numbers together. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's going to be like, did Birmingham catch fire? Like, what happened?
30,000 is not the size of Birmingham. It's
No,
like a
but
large village.
well, I'm not expecting all of Birmingham to have died,
No, you're
but
right. You're right.
in terms of the size of the fire, perhaps.
It's been 2,000 in 2 days.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's dying. It still sucks. Oh yeah, and the government's still useless.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Lying bastards.
Yep, lying, shittering bastards.
Did you know we were offered ventilators by the EU?
No.
Yeah, we were offered ventilators by the EU, and they were turned down because of the political fallout of accepting something from the EU after January 31st and Brexit Day.
What a bunch of wankers.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
Like-
It's been in the press today.
Just can't get their heads out of their asses, eh? Just cannot.
Cunts.
I was that close to not having to do any editing.
I don't think you should edit that.
Well, you
leave
might,
it in.
yeah, you might have a point there, actually.
Yeah. They want to tell me that I'm wrong. They can fucking come and tell me I'm wrong.
To your face,
Yeah.
the way they should. Well, we watched the press conference today, and
Or the end of it.
and who was at the press conference? The medical guy, Hancock.
Yeah.
What's his
Matt
role?
Hancock. He's the health secretary.
Right. And the journalist didn't even ask a question.
Yeah. Yeah. Hancock
journalist-
had something to say and he wasn't interested.
Yeah, the journalist said, blah and blah, like never even got to a question, and Hancock just cut him off, and then went off.
Said
on
we're doing
some-
wonderfully. We are wonderful. We
Yeah.
are wonderful.
Just-
We are. You can compare us to other countries, but we are wonderful.
It was the biggest load of wank. Like,
Yeah, he's like a
honestly.
thin version of Trump
Yeah, it was really, really poor. And then he
with
just
less hair.
and then he just
despite
kind of
being younger.
slammed his notebook shut and walked off.
Yeah, hissy
like,
fit.
I would love. I can't wait till journalists are allowed to eyeball them again. And be in the same room, because at the moment they do it all via video
Yeah.
chat, and he's just cutting them off and walking out. Just somebody has to be held account for all of this bullshit, all of the deaths, and when their uppance comes, I will be there with bells on, because I probably would have started going to Morris dancing or something like that, because I'd just be so bored by that point.
I went to Morris dancing with Kate a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the dancing you talked about on yesterday's show? Where you were training and
No,
staying
that was
fit?
ballet.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to see you do some Morris dancing in the garden, if you're interested.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah.
I'll put that video online.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't wait.
I haven't got any bells.
Oh, no. Terrible. Okay, what's your goodbye line?
I think that we should have a new election very quickly after this so we can get rid of the bastards.
Yeah, but we've already had a bunch of elections. The British are sick of elections.
A riot.
Oh, there's definitely going to be a riot.
Riot.
Yeah.
Let's have a riot.
I predict a riot. I predict a riot.
I predict, or Tim predicts, and I'll be up for it, a riot.
You're going to join in.
Yeah.
You're going to huff a couple of bricks.
No, not rubbish at throwing.
All right.
Teach me to throw.
Okay, I can teach you to throw.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay.
We do that tomorrow.
Hey,
We
do it
that.
tonight.
No.
Go out in the street, throw some bricks. Be great. Get people fired up.
No.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.